Hey everybody, it is me, Letitia, millennial home manager, homeschooling mom of 5 children, immigrant living in the US, light worker, and so much more things. And I'm coming to you, I'm recording this video on April 11th, 2025 on a cloudy day in New England. And the topic of this video, which I will be keeping short, is what is an egregore. I just recently learned the word egregore, and as you will know, this is a learning channel. This is an open-minded channel. This is a channel that would like to pull on threads and collect pieces of a puzzle and see how much of the puzzle I can put together, how much I can understand, how much of the bigger picture can I understand by collecting enough pieces of the puzzle from various forms of knowledge and understanding and sources, and I can understand this moment, understand how to navigate this moment, understand why this moment is happening and what is going on in the world. How can I make the world a better place? How can I influence other people to make the world a better place? So I am going to do two things in this video. I'm going to show you where I first learned the word egregore. It is from a TikTok video of an account that I do not follow, but I just stumbled on it. It showed up in my feed, and I thought it was a very, very good video. I do suspect there is a little part of the video that might freak people out. Freak people out with older mindsets, I guess. There's a part of the video at the end where it sounds as though there is how to say it. There are words that you don't understand playing in the background. I believe that the person that recorded this video sounds like a practicing witch. I do not know because I didn't check out the account or anything like that. I'm just gathering that based on some of what is said in the video, based on context and based on what's happening at the end of the video, where it sounds like words that we don't know the meaning of being said in the background. Now, one thing I could tell you is I watched this video before and there's no effect on me in any way, form, or fashion. I do not fear these words that I don't understand. I am just listening to the main words being said in the video, and I really do want to show the whole thing because I feel like the whole thing is relevant and good. And I would just ask that you not be afraid. Don't tap into the energy of fear, because fear is a part of old mindsets. I believe in the power of light energy and transmuting anything that may be bad into something that is good. I believe that every human being has the power to use words for bad, and use words and use anything for good or bad, and it's all or receive it as good or bad, and it's all up to the receiver, and it's all up to the giver. So that's how I see it. I don't want to freak anybody out. I don't know how it will be received, but I just really, really want you guys to hear the whole video. I think it is good. I think the words in it must be heard. So don't freak out about the other part. At least I hope you won't. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to read this AI overview. I'm loving the AI overview that is be at the top of Google when you ask Google a question. This is my only form really of using AI. I haven't really gotten into using AI in any kind of deeper way as yet. And again, I do not fear AI. I do not fear anything. I am not going to feed the spirit of fear in relation to any freaking thing. Whatever the world sends our way, we have the power to transmute darkness into light. We have the power to use tools for good or evil. We have the power to write a story that is a story of healing and love and light and truth, or lies and deception and corruption and blah, 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 all the ugly stuff. It is all up to us. And we are all the creators of our own story. And we may not be able to shift the entire collective way of doing things and way of thinking, but if we hold our light, if we anchor the light, and we represent a certain mindset, we could probably build a momentum and sow seeds that would be able to shift the mindset to something different. We are shedding old skin. This is the year of the snake. We are shedding our old skin and we are moving into the new, and we are no longer a part of that old world. I hope you aren't. I hope if you're watching this that you're not a part of that old world, and that you're open-minded, and that you are not feeling the fear and not giving into the fear, giving into the anxiety, giving into all that negative emotion. So here we go. What is an egregore meaning? That's what the search is. And the AI overview says, in historic traditions, an egregore, also spelled egregore without the E, refers to a collective thought form or supernatural entity created by the combined beliefs and energies of a group of people, as essentially a group mind or collective consciousness. Here's a detailed explanation. Origin and meaning. The term egregore comes from the Greek word egregoros, meaning wakeful or vigilant. Ooh, meaning woke. Occult and mystical context. Oh, by the way, it doesn't say meaning woke. I just said that part myself. I just said that on my own. Occult and mystical context. It's a concept found in occult and mystical traditions where it's understood as a non-physical entity that arises from the collective thoughts and emotions of a distant group. Creation and function. An egregore is believed to be created by shared beliefs and rituals and emotional energy of a group. It can then exert an influence on the members of that group or even beyond. Examples of egregores can include religious deities, spiritual entities, national identities, cultural archetypes, or even corporate brands. Potential influence. Egregores are seen as having the potential to influence the thoughts, actions, and even the destinies of those who participate in their creation and maintenance. Positive or negative. An egregore can be seen as either positive or negative depending on the nature of the collective beliefs and emotions that sustain it. So you notice that anytime that I have been looking up these things lately, I have done this for the tarot. If you got to see that, that clip or that video one time, I have done this for the yin yang sign, and now I'm doing this for the word egregore. And you notice that it always says in the AI overview, it always says that it's positive or negative depending on the nature, the nature of, well, here it says the collective beliefs and emotions that sustain it. It's good or positive by the receiver or the person offering the thing, right? The person that is, offering the thing. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. The person highlighting the thing, using the thing, offering the thing, whatever. But like I've said, we have the power to transmute darkness into light. And, it could be vice versa. You could take something that was meant for good and turn it into something ugly and dark, which I noticed that Trump has done time and time again. That's a superpower. I remember in when COVID first came around, when we first had to deal with COVID, I was so impressed at how people was like coming together, and they were just the love and the unity and the energy behind, doing whatever you can to ease the loneliness and to ease the difficulties and the challenges. Like YouTube and social media was so beautiful at the beginning of the COVID, it's the lockdown period. And then all of a sudden he turned wearing masks into a divisive issue, and locking down for a little bit, so that to protect people and keep people from getting sick and all that, as a divisive issue. He turned the Dr. Fauci, the person and the people that was looking into it and studying it and trying to figure out what we could do about this thing, into the enemy of the people. And he turned it into something ugly and divisive. And even, people might have all kind of opinions on vaccines and all kind of opinions on all kind of things and have all kind of feelings. But, a good leader would have rallied the people and let the people know, okay, well, we're figuring this out. Okay, we might not get it right. We might handle it not perfectly. It might not go... it may not go perfect, but we will figure this out. We will figure this out together. We will protect as many people as we can. We will do whatever we can to help each other to survive, to help each other to get through this. And I know, COVID is a divisive issue, for some people, but I feel like it was a opportunity for learning. It was an opportunity for learning, and it was a time of healing for the planet, and a time of healing, and a time of discovery, and there was a lot of good that came out of something that wasn't so great. And there was a lot of unnecessary deaths, and the reason that there were a lot of unnecessary deaths is because the leader of the free world, the leader of the United States at that time, was a horrible person, a divisive person. So anyway, it was a very interesting thing for me to witness. I am grateful as a millennial, as an intuitive, as a light worker, as all the things that I tell you I am, as an observer and a learner and energy reader. I am so grateful that I have gotten to be in this period of learning and shifting and unlearning and figuring out things and exploring and just like I said, all that. This has been an interesting period for me, and I love where I am at this time. I'm not loving where we are in this whole journey of whatever this was, this shift, this transition. I'm not loving where we are right now, but I'm loving where I am. I am personally, and I am keeping the prayers for the people, praying for the people, I always say. So anyway, I'm going to show you this video that I found on TikTok. And like I said, I hope that the part of it that might sound a little freaky at the end, that will tap into those triggers and traumas, because we have been taught certain things, and we have been taught to fear certain things. But I can tell you, the only experience I've had from this video is being to learn something new, and to have my mind expanded, and nothing bad has come from it for me, and I don't think anything bad is going to come from it for you unless you let it, unless you make it so. So thank you for watching, and just if there's anything that you want to share or ask or say or whatever in the comments, feel free. This is a learning channel, and we are just learning. We're with open minds. We are learning about things to put the pieces together and understand the world that we are living in, and move in to a new world that is healed and full of love and light, at least from my end. Okay, peace and blessings.
Alright, I'm gonna say some shit. There's something happening right now that most people don't see, but it affects everything. Our politics, our society, our beliefs, even our emotions. What if I told you that ideas can take on a life of their own? That the more people believe in something, the more real and powerful it becomes. This is the power of an egregore. It is an energy being created and sustained by collective belief, and whether you realize it or not, you are already feeding one. An egregore is a thought form. It is a psychic entity created by the collective belief, attention, and energy of a group of people. So the more focus and devotion it gets, the more powerful it becomes, like a fire. One person's belief is a single match, but when thousands or millions of people fuel the same idea, it becomes an unstoppable blaze. Egregores are everywhere. Everywhere! They exist everywhere. You cannot escape them. Every religion, political movement, corporation, social trend, fandom has one of these. You don't have to believe in magic. You don't have to be spiritual. You don't have to believe in metaphysicality for this to be real. Egregores function like psychological momentum. So the more people that act in alignment with a shared belief, the more that belief starts to act on its own, so it can influence behavior, perception, and even reality. You already know some of the most powerful egregores, even if you never heard the term before. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism. Religions have existed for thousands of years because millions of people continuously reinforce their stories, their traditions, their energies. Corporations have egregores. Apple, Disney, McDonald's, Tesla. These companies have become more than just businesses. They are cultural phenomena. They command loyalty, emotion, and identity like modern gods of capitalism. Fandoms. Beyonce's Beehive? K-pop stans? Hello? Hi? Marvel fans, DC fans, Swifties. These aren't just groups of fans. They are, in and of themselves, egregores of collective energy. They create massive cultural shifts and real-world influence. And political movements. Nazism, patriotism, socialism, Trumpism. These aren't just ideologies. They shape reality because people believe in them so strongly that they will die or kill for them. This is why cult-like devotion can be so dangerous. Think of them like as spiritual or like a psychic Wi-Fi signal. So the more people connect to it, the stronger it gets. It starts influencing their thoughts, their behaviors, and their emotions without them even realizing it. People in a powerful egregore don't just believe, they will start to act unconsciously in ways that reinforce that group's reality. They grow stronger with emotion, so fear, love, anger, devotion are fuel. This is why cult leaders and politicians use emotional manipulation like this to maintain their power, and they create real results. Doesn't matter whether it's a religion creating miracles, or a corporation shaping global trends, or a movement changing the course of history, egregores manifest things into reality. And so not all egregores are good. Some are parasites. They survive by feeding off negative energy, fear, anger, hatred, division. Political and religious extremism thrive because they create this emotional cycle where followers will never feel satisfied or free. They always need to keep fighting for the cause. Trumpism is one of these egregores. It's not just about Trump as a man, it is about the cult of Trump. It has become this thought form of nationalism and misinformation and extremism. Even if he disappeared tomorrow, the egregore of Trumpism would live on because it's been fed by millions of people who see him as this messianic figure. Here's the kicker though. Whether you practice magic or not, you have the power to create and destroy egregores. Here's how. To create an egregore, you first, want to choose a core belief or an idea that you want to become reality. It's like manifestation. You pick your intention, you decide on it, you lock it in, and you manifest it. And you gather a community that believes in it with you. You speak it into existence through thoughts, words, actions. If you're practicing, rituals. You can give it an identity. You can give it a name. You can make a sigil for it. You can create a mantra for it. Just strengthen it with emotion, just love, devotion, inspiration. Every powerful movement, religion, and organization has done this. Now, not even now, we have always been able to do this. There are ways to destroy an egregore too. It's easy. The first part is just like a toxic relationship. You just stop feeding it energy. Stop feeding it your energy. You don't necessarily have to ignore it, but try to cut off its source of attention. I don't really know how you can do that in a political climate like this, but with regular egregores, if you don't believe in something, it won't happen. Expose the contradictions, expose any falsehoods that you have. Lies can't survive under scrutiny. We all see these hearings for Trump's selected officials within the government, and we see people calling them out on these lies, and for some reason it still goes through and these people still get approved because of this egregore. You have to disrupt the emotional cycle of it. Egregores thrive on emotional extremes, so calm, grounded responses tend to weaken them. Problem is, you can't necessarily kill an egregore, you just need to replace it with a new one. So the final step of that is to counter it with a stronger force. Right now, Trumpism's egregore is dominating the US and beyond. It's creating fear, division, delusion at an unprecedented scale. But the truth is, no egregore is invincible. The same way that people built it, it can be destroyed. Right now, we are also at a big turning point in history. More witches, more spiritual practitioners, and awakened souls are existing now than ever before. But we need to organize. We need to be able to direct our energy towards something bigger than ourselves. So, what if we, on TikTok, why don't we use this since it didn't get fucking banned? Why don't we use TikTok to create our own egregore, one that counters Trumpism's force, one that feeds on truth and unity and freedom instead of lies and division and fear. This is just the beginning of something much greater that I've been working on, that I'm getting ready to share with you guys. If you're with me, drop some kind of emoji in the comments. Just show me what you're thinking about this. Share this video. Stay tuned. We are just getting started here. Don't worry about it. Bottom line is, egregores shape our world. Whether you're spiritual or not, you're participating in them every day. The question is, will you be conscious of it? Will you take back your power? Or will you let someone else's egregore decide your future? Choice is yours.